Folks, this is going to be part one of an audio slash video introduction to your first project of the year, which is going to be the original 13 Colonies project. This is a project that you're officially going to start in class on Wednesday, but you're going to listen to these two parts, obviously, this afternoon, tonight, whenever this is for you, as a little bit of an intro. So when you come in on Wednesday, I can show you a few examples, and then you can kind of hit the ground running. So to start off here, we're going to go over the front page of what you're going to receive tomorrow in class. And it says you've been assigned each of the 13 original colonies. Your job is to create a shield. Shape and design is your choice that represents all 13 colonies correctly. You will choose 13 total hand-drawn visuals. And I want to emphasize hand-drawn visuals because you'll see a lot with this project. I'm looking for your neatness, your best effort, your creativity. What I'm not looking for is I'm not looking for you to go online, find a symbol, find an emblem that you like, and then print it out. That just doesn't show any hard work. It doesn't show best effort. I would rather see the hand-drawn visuals because that's what's going to garner you much more credit when it comes to the grading anyway. So these 13 hand-drawn visuals you're going to place on a shield, one representing each colony. Now, each emblem, symbol, etc., is going to reflect an aspect of that particular colony's history, geography, economy, etc. And a lot of these colonies, some of them are similar as to why they were founded. Some of them are drastically different. For example, Georgia gave a second chance to people who were in prison in England for owing small amounts of money. So, in other words, they were in jail until they could pay their debt. But if they were in jail, it was very difficult to earn money to pay off their debt. So this little guy on here is an example of a symbol that someone might use to represent Georgia. You see it's a little hand-drawn, well, it's computer generated, but you would do a hand-drawn, like little guy with a connected to a ball and chain that's going to represent that Georgia was founded to give people a second chance. Now, think creative, think outside the box. A lot of times the first symbol that you think of may not be the best symbol that you would go with. So if you think of anything related to jail, owing money, there are a lot of things that you could use for something like this. So the shield should be creative, and a great deal of effort is expected to be put into it as you choose these symbols and emblems and put them on there. And as I have here, I understand that everyone does not possess the best artistic skills. However, everyone has the ability to create neat work. Your absolute best effort is expected, nothing less. It doesn't matter whether it's you or me looking at a project. You can tell whether somebody was coloring it on the bus on the way in, when you hit a speed bump or a pothole, whatever it may be. So everybody may not have the best artistic ability, and I would put myself in that category. I am not the most artistic person, even in the class that you were in or even close. But when it comes to best effort and neatness, it's very easy to tell. So when you go back and think about these symbols, some of these colonies you'll see were started for religious freedom. Some of them were started for profit from trade. Some of them were started for protection against the British. So again, you're coming up with these symbols. Think outside the box. You want to come up with symbols that are going to wow people, so to speak. Like people are like, oh, wow, I never thought of that one for that particular colony. You don't want to choose the same symbol that 17 other people are choosing because there's a lack of creativity when it comes to something like that. And again, it's artistic ability. I don't expect you to be Van Gogh. I don't expect you to be Da Vinci. I don't expect you to be anybody famous like that. But again, I'm looking for your best effort. So first, what you're going to do is you're going to create a rough sketch of your shield on yellow paper, that a yellow sketch paper that I'm going to give you. Now, that yellow sketch paper is going to be 8.5 by 14 inches. You'll be required to show me your rough sketch of your idea, and it will be required to be handed in on the due date, which I'm going to talk about then as well. The rough sketch will be done in pencil, and it is not required to be colored. Matter of fact, I don't want you to color it. I don't want you to spend a lot of time on your rough sketch. I just want your ideas so that when you come to me, you can prove to me, hey, they're a good symbol for this county. This is a good symbol for this county. And then you can move forward and spend your time on your final copy. After your rough sketch has been approved and initialed by me, you'll be given a final copy sheet of white paper, which will be 8.5 by 14 as well. And on that sheet, you're going to create your final drawing. So the final drawing must be completed neatly and in color as well. And again, In class, you're going to have the remainder of Wednesday in class, and then you're going to have all of Thursday in class as well. Now, you'll have two options on Thursday. One is to continue your personal hero essay, which is due on Friday, or you will have the time to work on this. So you've got the last part of Wednesday really to start on your rough sketch, and then all of Thursday. And again, Thursday is a great day to pick and choose whatever you need to spend time on, whether it's finish your personal hero essay or whether it's this. I will tell you this is going to be your best option if you have not had it approved by me yet. Now, when you have all 13 of your symbols sketched out, you're going to bring it to me for approval. And you must be able to explain why you've chosen each of the symbols for each colony before I will initial and approve your rough sketch. That's important. It's important for me to know that you understand why you've chosen these symbols and why you've chosen those symbols for that particular colony, because again, you're going to have a written part to this that basically when you come see me and you explain all these, you're doing the written component. You just don't have it written down. You're just doing it to prove to me that you understand why you've chosen these particular symbols, emblems, whatever it may be. So your shield's going to be divided into 13 separate sections, one for each of the 13 colonies. And then within each section of the colony, or I'm sorry, of the shield slash colony, you're going to provide three things. One, you're going to provide the colony name. And you'll see all of the colonies listed here. You've got Connecticut, Delaware, Georgia, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, and Virginia. And you should have them spelled correctly. All you have to do is copy them off this sheet here. They're listed in your book as well, which I'm going to talk about in a second, but they are all listed here spelled correctly. You're going to put the year founded. Use page 142. Now, you guys are going to have all sections in chapter 5 copied for you, and you have them in your possession as of Wednesday. You will when you come into class on Wednesday. And if you look on page 142, that will show you exactly the year founded for each of these 13 colonies. Please use the year on page 142 in that packet that you are going to receive tomorrow. And the last thing that you need is your emblem, your symbol, whatever it may be. Now, the final component of the project is going to be a 13-sentence minimum, double-spaced paragraph explaining the features that you've chosen to place on your drawing. Again, these features should demonstrate a solid understanding of each colony, and this is expected to be written with correct spelling, grammar, and punctuation. So basically what we're looking for here is final copy skills. When you hand this in, we're looking for no spelling errors, no punctuation errors, capital letters at the beginning of sentences, and things like that. So again, like I said, when you come explain your rough sketch to me, you're doing this 13-sentence minimum. You're just doing it verbally. Then what you need to do is you need to obviously take that and put that onto paper as well. And you can handwrite it, you can type it. We'll talk about that in part 2 as well. This next part is big for me so that you stay basically on track with what you need to do for this project. This project is not difficult. It does require you to think outside the box a little bit, but it's different than a test or a quiz or something like that, where this allows you to be evaluated based upon showing your understanding through some emblems and some symbols and things like that. But it is highly recommended that your rough sketch is approved by me by the end of the school day on Thursday, September 14th. Again, you're going to have roughly half of Wednesday in class and all of Thursday in class. Goal for you, have it approved by me by the end of the school day on September 14th so that you have everything you need going into the weekend. The project due date you'll see there, which see below what is handed in, but that's going to be the following Thursday, September the 21st. And the three things you will hand in, your rough sketch, which is initialed and approved by me when you bring that to me. Once I do that, do not lose it. Keep it because it is part of your final rubric. The written copy, which is a 13-sentence minimum double-spaced paragraph. Again, 13 sentences because there are 13 colonies, and you will have a symbol or an emblem for each of those 13 colonies. So you're talking about one sentence for each colony. Okay? And then the last part is your final drawing. And in that final drawing, when it's divided out, you're going to have the colony name inside each section. Again, see above under colony name above on the sheet that I'm talking about to spell them correctly. The year founded, Again, see above, it'll be on page 142 in that packet that you're getting for the 5 sections in chapter 5, and then the symbol for each county. So those are the 3 things you'll need. This will do it for part 1. Now you're going to click over and listen to part 2, which is going to talk more specifically about the grading.